Andy, disappointing start here at Stamford after going ahead early, which was very, very positive, and then going 2-1. I think the crux of the matter happened when Hugh Dawson went off.
I think the crux of the game was the first 10 minutes of the second half, where we fashioned, 5 great opportunities, ball into their box. Reece Sharp should score, and the one that arrives the back post, Harry Riley should get it on target. And I've just said in the previous interview, Harry Riley broke the net 3 times on Thursday in an exact same phase of play. And then as for Owen, it's the ball just needs passing in the net. How we missed that, I don't know. And I think then with Hugh Dawson going down, then that broke the rhythm. But that first 10-15 minutes second half, we were excellent, and we should have capitalised. And that's what happens. You don't. And I could argue in the first half as well, the chances we had with Ty's other chance. Compared to the very few they had, they'll be saying, well, they've taken more of their opportunities. But So it turned around that incident, but the game, because they then got control of the midfield for probably 10-15 minutes. But apart from it fashioning set plays for them, and the one they scored from didn't give them a lot else. And to say massively disappointing. We haven't looked like that conceding in pre-season. I've got to look at a couple of people who've put their hands up in there for responsibility, which is fine, but it's not acceptable. You can't do that. And
scoring 2 goals away from home, but conceding 3. 2 of them were quite individual errors, let's say, to a certain extent. Could Billy have done any better at the goal mouth? And unmarked for the header? Would you say good header? But
the third one. Well, he's marked, but they out-jump us, don't they? They beat us to it. I don't know the one with Billy. I don't want to be too judgmental at this stage. I'll have to look back at it. I'm more concerned about the way the ball came in. We'd worked on stopping their crosses into the box, and we didn't. If you think both goals came down that far corner, almost identical, ball set back, one by the referee, I think. But ball set back and delivered in the box. So I've got to look at why we weren't dealing with that, and we knew about that, and we worked on that. I think we were too deep. I think we'd sat off. The left back was allowed to go on, and I think he's the one who delivers both balls. I don't know about the headed finish. It doesn't look great. It's probably 12 yards out, and he gets across us and finishes in the bottom corner, doesn't he? So, but I have to look at that kind of the finish on both of them and see if we're at fault anywhere there. But more disappointing that the way the balls come in the box, and I say we're in a great position as well.
I know it's a cliche, but you must have learnt a lot from that. Pre-season's a different kettle of fish. This was obviously points at stake. You must have learnt a lot today.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I learnt a lot about the players. Yeah, I have, absolutely. When they're playing under pressure, as opposed to pre-season games, and I'm sure they've learnt a lot about me as well. We are still getting used to each other, Paul. It's not looking for excuses at all, but we're still getting used to each other. But yeah, I've seen some things today that not surprised me, but disappointed me a bit. And I thought we were, when I use the word resilient, defensively, our structure, our organisation, our desire to attack every ball and bodies on the line, and I just think there were a couple of instances today that led to goals where we didn't do that. So that's surprised me a little bit, but listen, I don't think we played badly. I thought we controlled large spells of the game. I thought when we had the ball, we fashioned. I would think we've got probably double figures in terms of good chances today. That's the overriding disappointment, is that we haven't taken more. We could have been 15 minutes the second half. We could have been 3 or 4 up, and we weren't, and that's what happens.
Stourbridge on Saturday. I'm not sure what they were doing, but it'll be a tough game as well. They're a good outfit, so it's not going to rest now. It's going to be a hard fix, but I'm sure you can manage it.
Yeah, there's no straightforward games, are there, in this league and this level? And yeah, you're right. And the same with Barwell. It comes pretty much 48 hours after Stourbridge. But I've just said to the players in there, we go back to work again on Tuesday and Thursday, and we focus on, have a quick review of what's happened today and why and how, and then we go on to those 2 games. And listen, if we can go, and I said to him, target has to be now that we pick up 2 wins in the next 2 games, and then you're 6 points out of 9, and you're back to a 2 point a game average. Listen, but it doesn't take away from today. I am the world's worst loser, and I am bitterly disappointed with the position we were in. and then the things that we haven't done to see the game out. You know, the worst thing I said half time to the players, the worst thing that happens is we take a draw today, and as you've seen, we weren't capable of doing that, and that's not finger pointing anybody in the back 4, 5, 6 or whatever. It was more a case of what we didn't do in front of goal, you know, and that 10-15 minute spell beginning second half will keep me awake tonight and will wake me up through the night as well, because there's 3 great opportunities there, and Thursday night we were taking those, you know, and so not to do it today is really hurt me today, that.
Okay, Andy, thank you. We'll see you on Saturday at home at Latimer Park.
Cheers.